Quick question. Are you smarter than your parents? Or your grandparents? Seriously, what about them? For 50 years, each new generation outperformed the last on IQ tests. Scores just kept climbing up. And not just barely. So, I'll ask again. Are you brighter than your folks? Or your grandparents? For decades, human intelligence strictly moved in one direction, up, always scoring higher. By massive leaps. Consistently, undeniably higher. Globally, wherever tracked. From the 60s to Joesties. Biling's kids were technically outsmarting their parents. Science dubbed it the Flynn Effect. For 50 solid years, it remained cognitive science's most bulletproof fact. Until 1995, when growth flatlined. Then, it dropped. Data from 1 million minds worldwide revealed a shocker. IQ is dropping. By margins so huge, experts are genuinely spooked. The data also reveals an overlooked trend hiding in plain sight, rising simultaneously alongside it. It's a terrifyingly fascinating correlation. In Arlineba, Norway proved the nosedive was speeding up. Yes, actively speeding up. Tracking 700,000 men over 30 years. Meanwhile, a massive US study tested 4 cognitive domains. 3 were tanking. Three culprits drive this. The third makes the rest look tame. A clue from our intro. Soon, it'll blow your mind. When the decline hit, the easiest excuse was highly convenient. Unless you were the target. The theory? Smart folks breed less, while the less educated multiply. Over time, math crushes average intellect. Enter the Dysgenics hypothesis. It felt brutally logical. like pure math. It masqueraded as science, infecting blogs, forums, and family dinners. You've likely heard it. Maybe even bought into it? Then, in Arling-Iba, Norway, dropped a total mic drop study. They skipped comparing families. They analyzed brothers. Same parents, same roof, same genes, hood, and meals. The only difference? Their birth years. The younger siblings scored worse. Let that sink in. DNA wasn't the culprit. Impossible. They matched their smarter, older brother's genes. The world itself mutated between the older sibling's youth and the younger's era. The environment fractured. And it happened globally. Denmark saw this identical trend. Finland, France too, Estonia, the Netherlands, and across America. Picture two identical seeds sharing one pot. One sprout, emerging later, gets starved of sunlight. Seeds stayed pure, conditions rotted. Forget the breeding rumors. It's a systemic shift in modern society. Post-Ejel, a drain on targeted brain power like abstract logic. Active memory and processing speed. Processing speed, juggling multiple thoughts simultaneously and using them. Meet the suspects. Two are in your daily routine. But suspect number one will shock you. This brain drain isn't random. It's a targeted cluster, known scientifically as our executive function. Deep focus, memory, delaying instant gratification for bigger wins, and performing under pressure. Why did they peak previously? And why crash today? Here's the secret. Executive function isn't hardwired. It's a muscle demanding grueling mental reps. The exact workout required is practically extinct today. That workout, boredom. The grit to endure tedious tasks when easy escapes exist. Finishing a dense, lengthy book. Tackling tough problems, zero distractions, chasing a complex thought deeply, instead of mindlessly swiping. In Arling-Arsen, tracking Bawan people, science found a scary truth. Screen focus plunged from 2.5 minutes down to 47 seconds. Not from sudden stupidity, but because nothing demands deep focus. Every app, every feed is engineered to hijack attention. Distractions fuel the scroll, and scrolling prints cash. Their profit model literally taxes your brain power. Back to our Norwegian brothers. Raised under one roof, the younger sibling matured in a noisy, chaotic world fed by passive scrolling. Same genetic seed, corrupted sunlight. The attention economy is killing IQ, but it has accomplices. Two other culprits remain. One vanished from our diets, secretly by industry insiders. This drop wasn't accidental, a silent boardroom choice. Zero warnings. For most of the 1900s, Western commercial bread relied on iodized dough enhancers.